I was at VidCon not too long ago, video on that amazing time coming soon, but while I was in California, I thought I'd take a day or two to explore San Diego, which brought me to my own personal heaven, Balboa Park. This place is not only gorgeous by itself, but filled with stunning gardens and museums like this Japanese friendship garden. I discovered there was a botanical building near the outskirts of the park with a big, beautiful duck pond out front. But before we get to the painting that I did inside, we gotta go to a totally different park. Not nearly as beautiful, but as I sat down to paint, I was ambushed by puppies, which was amazing! Oh my god, so somebody just let their dogs loose in the park, and I didn't even notice until they were basically in my lap. It was great. Anyway, I sketched this painting while I was at the botanical garden. It started out as a 3/4 view of a woman. I had it all planned out, but the more I sketched it and tried to fix all of the things that I got wrong with it, the more I realized that I hated it. So instead of fussing too much longer with it, I just decided to start over. I tried erasing my previous sketch, but that didn't work out too well. The eyes from the original drawing just kept showing through, so instead of turning to a clean page, I kind of played with it. Hence the 3-eyed sorceress plant lady. The botanical garden felt pretty magical to begin with. I spent most of my time there just filming and photographing and seriously falling in love with all the plants, which is why I'm now painting at a random park instead of at the actual garden. They closed the building before I even really got my paints out. The paint I debated not bringing on this trip, actually. I'm glad I did though. I would have been so sad if I couldn't have added color to all the foliage. While I was sketching, I saw these brightly colored hanging pink flowers that reminded me of the hairpins that you see that have beads hanging on one end. Then I started thinking of other plant-like things that looked kind of like jewelry, and I found these fig-like things that reminded me of precious stones or teardrop earrings. I thought about putting my lovely lady in a leafy kimono or adding some more flowers to her hair, but by this point I started to realize that I've been sitting in the shadeless neighborhood park for close to a half an hour, and I should really be at the airport by now. So I kind of quickly painted some interesting leaves that I'd seen and packed up all my things because it looked pretty nice and I was real hot. Once we got in the air, I became determined to finish the line work. This meant that I first had to find a pen that worked under the pressure of the airplane, then I had to hold my camera in my left hand and my brush in my right hand and focus crazy hard on keeping everything steady so that you could see this and not get super nauseous. I feel kind of bad for the woman sitting next to me because I'm sure she thought I was totally insane. But look how nice. Oh, I'm so proud. I do wish I had been able to add more detail to this piece. I feel like it had much more potential than I gave attention to. More flowers, more color, different colors, cleaner lines would have been nice. And we're not even going to talk about the fact that I missed one of the flowers as I was drawing those in. Oh my god, it's driving me insane. Plus, I wish I could have added this cool pattern of a log, dried out log that I found. I thought about putting it in a tattoo that she had, but it just didn't seem to work. There were so many things I really wanted to add, but didn't allow myself the time for. Maybe I'll revamp this piece in the future, something more inspired by the garden as a whole, or maybe I'll just get there early when I go back. Start and finish a piece there, because I'm determined to fit all the things I loved about the place all into one painting. I hope you enjoyed this strange plant lady botanical adventure. Leave a like if you did. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Please subscribe if you enjoyed my plant fangirling. And I'm sorry to the flight crew I got some ink on your tray table.